Hello everyone and welcome to another video. With the conclusion of the base game War of the Ring World Tournament online, congratulations to the winner there, I figured it's about time I put out game 3 of my Lords of Middle-earth round 1 against Jorrick. So in the previous games we had each taken a victory, so this is the deciding game for round 1. Let's see how much I agree with myself from a couple months ago, because I remember the outcome but not the how all of this worked. So I did choose Jorrick offered one token and I accepted as free people, so I get that token. I chose to put Gandalf the Keeper and Boromir, although let's see as it plays out. I looked at the cards and I forgot to put Boromir out. And I saw the roll and I immediately was like, shoot, I meant to have Boromir. And I say, yep, that's my go, my bad. York's like, yep, yeah, but it's a tournament. And he says, just go ahead, just do it, it's fine. I really like this about Jorrick. It's a tournament, so, as I said here, and I'll say again here, said in the game, and I'll say again here, thoroughly within his rights to say, yep, you done goofed. But I really like the attitude here. So I go ahead and put Boromir out, and then he gets his token. I'm like, oh, right. Kind of wish you didn't get a token. So with that minor infringement done, we go ahead. So with this roll, I've got plenty of movement. He's only got 2 eyes, 1 muster, so he can get the Witch King on me if I get revealed. I figure with this many moves, I'm going to go ahead and activate Gondor, because I don't really want to move 3 times right now. Maybe that's not against 2 eyes. Maybe that's not useful, but he token puts Sauron to war. Cool. I move the Fellowship, and I'm instantly hit. So for 2, that seems decent. We both type at least not a reveal. I just take the hit. Interesting. Why don't I kill Gandalf? For a 2, that seems... I guess I'm thinking I don't have a keeper dice, but Sauron's at war. I could get Gladriel. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. I'm not sure I agree with my past self. So Barad-dûr to Gorgoroth is moved, and Dol Guldur goes north immediately. Probably seeing my no hybrid Carrock can't get in the way was probably some of that. So, man, I am going off the rails immediately. So I move the Dale army to Old Forest Road, which is then attacked. No card. And then I Heroic Death, which I think was kind of a fun move. He gets the hit. I don't get a hit back, but I have moved the north towards war and reinforced Woodland Realm without a scouts being used, which is kind of fun. I pass. He takes Dale, which makes sense, and goes to Moranon. Okay. I kind of like bringing Moranon north and then across to Gondor. If you're going to go Gondor, I feel like it gets those 5 armies in Moranon more easily than getting those later, but maybe he's still thinking to go to the north. I go ahead and play Danes because Dew is obviously going to be attacked, so a Palantir that I didn't have much use for seems good. He thinks about moving. I suggest Erebor, and he moves South Rune to East Rune and Moranon to Daggerlad, so that makes sense. I use the token to put Gondor to war. Interesting. Man, I am all over the shop. Interesting. Okay. Maybe you can tell by my silence that I'm not sure what I think of my own moves. We move. So he brings in the Balrog. Dwarves and elves move down, and I go ahead and start mustering in Gondor. I wonder what my thinking was as opposed to put the North to war with the token and muster in Carrock. But I guess maybe I'm just worried I won't get many musters in Gondor before they're put under siege if I don't do it now. And I'm hoping to make a sticking point for the shadow in the south. Not quite sure what I'm doing there. As I've said before in my videos, you may not be here for the best gameplay, but it is gameplay. I draw Last Battle, which is fun for the daylight, and there is another way will hopefully be in my hand for a very long time to be used for its effect. Give it to us and return to Valinor. Yeah, I forgot to look at his cards. He has Hill Trolls, Nazgul Search, now a Deadly Strife and a red token, so that's pretty good hand, especially with a light dew line. That Hill Trolls can really help out there. He allocates one eye and rolls up one more. Only 2 attacks, which I'm happy to see. And I have a pretty good roll for getting some military going. Gonna be a long one, yeah. I go ahead and draw. That's interesting. I guess I feel like I don't want to risk moving now because he does have the 1 muster for the Witch King if he wants it to be. I do draw Rangers of the North, which is fantastic, obviously. He draws into a swarm of bats. Okay. I check the almanac. Yes, I'm sure I'm checking whether or not I can put the Rangers in Woodland Realm. Yeah, I don't know why I would have thought that, but anyway. I don't hit, which is unfortunate, but I do get guys in Old Forest Road, which is fun. Red tiles put in. Okay. And I whine about not a lot being allowed to take Dol Guldur, otherwise the alternate mouth comes in, but, you know. Balrog's activated because that's what you have to do with that die. I reinforce Pelargir and Minas Tirith. Interesting. I'm just making... Interesting. I've just decided to make Gondor tough to take, I guess. So with the dew line putting up somewhat of a fight, the North is effectively at war. You know, nearly at war, so they can... Carrock's not taken nor under threat, so maybe that can continue to be a problem. Army goes north from Daggerlad and west from East Rune into North Rune. That was a sentence. Sure hope you all enjoyed that one. I manually muster the North, which I suppose... And he puts Woodland Realm under siege. I tease about a field battle. Yeah, unfortunately, he's waited me out there. And then I move the Fellowship. It is hit again for a 3. Surely I take Gandalf. Yeah. Yeah, I really should have moved first there. I mean, that's bias speaking. If I move first and am revealed, he gets the Witch King on me. But since I moved and was not revealed, it would have been really nice to have a muster to get Galadriel and have the keeper dice. But results-orientated thinking. I get 2 pretty trash cards, Swords and Eriador and Grey Company. The Advantageous maybe does something. He gets another red tile and Half-Orcs and Goblin Men. So great draws for Shadow. 1 eye allocated. I'm always a little tempted to put 2 the turn people are going through Moria, especially with Lord's Balrog. But you roll the second one, and I guess you're short on dice. You don't have any bonus dice yet, other than the keeper dice. So that's that. I get my will. However, there's no minions out, so Gandalf is going to be probably delayed. I go ahead and mood the Fellowship. Boy, that seems... I mean, I guess maybe it's just one of those, what else am I going to do? I'm safe, so that's good. Shadow thinks for a bit. I offer surrender. And the Nazgul move. Okay, so you're just going to try and take out Woodland Realm before I draw Thranduils, or reinforce with the north, I guess. Okay. I must be referencing the previous game. I'd have to double check, but I remember it being a pretty good Dreadful Spells. All right. So I move again. I'm just going to bum rush through the Moria, apparently. I draw 2, at least no reveal, and I random into a Hobbit. So the Hobbit goes almost all the way to Rohan. There's not really much benefit in prepping for a Fear Fire Foes, obviously, or a Book of Mazarbul by sending him west. So maybe he can, if I have a really spare dice at some point, he can join up in Fords of Eisen. Seems ambitious, but I don't know, as opposed to putting him in the Shire. Could he have made it to Grey Havens? He had 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he couldn't have made Tower. He would have made Tower Hills. Meh. And I take the extra damage. Okay. Woodland Realm is hit. Strategy card. Against a strategy card, I'm probably going to daylight. I go for the advantageous. Well, that worked out well. The better one to cancel with advantageous. He gets 2 6s anyway. I get 1 back. So, okay. Elves are put to war, of course. Press no draw. Yep. Okay. Because no Witch King here. Strategy card. Again, I'll probably daylight. There we go. I deadly strifed into the daylight. Good past me for holding that. However, he still gets the 2. So, and I only get 1 back. So Woodland Realm kind of falls with a splat. Nothing really much going on there. Another muster. This time I bring in Galadriel. Okay, that makes sense. Daggerlad continues march north. Easterlings move west. Man, these sentences. All right. Only the best sentences here on this channel. Isengard goes to war. I'm passing, but it's not going to matter. The Balrog moves out so that if I declare to Dimrill Dale, I will have to sit under the Balrog, which puts me in the interesting position of I have a will, and the activated Balrog is not in Moria. So I could kill it. So I think about it. I can either move again, which seems ludicrous, or I'd just kill the Balrog. To me, that seems good. It's one of my dice for however many times you don't roll useful things on the Balrog dice. I can't get Gandalf, which is what I really want to do. So maybe, I guess I just don't feel like that was a very useful move for the Shadow. Maybe you just want to prevent me from mustering or in Karok or something like that. Just make me waste the die. I guess that would make sense if that's true. And of course the Witch King comes in response to me not having any more dice. So Balrog die goes away. I draw an Ent and Book of Mazarbul, so maybe I should have had the Hobbit over there. In all honesty, though, it really doesn't matter. They're going to get dogpiled. He gets Cruel Weather and Day Without Dawn. These draws, man. So I talk about should I declare or should I just hold? There are so many reveals, I figure that I'm going to get hit at some point. He's already brought in the Battle Witch King. So I'm going to declare through. I lost Gandalf efficiently, but I quote-unquote lost Boromir for free. 3 corruption in Dimrildale with no Gandalf, no Boromir, no Merry. So that's a little more corruption than I'd like. Already 1 red tile in. So that's what I do, I guess. He rolls a bajillion eyes, so 4 eyes in the pool, and I get all the wills I could want. So Gandalf is as on time as he could be. And the Southrons and Easterlings are not at war, so I do not have to risk Day Without Dawn yet. I do go ahead and move because I'm going to move, and I want to get away from the rerolls of an army sitting on me, and I draw Smeagol. So Jorrick is having really good card draws, but quite the time actually getting anything done on the map. Both armies, Dol Guldur and the Mordor army, have gone north, but all they've done is capture Dale and Woodland Realm. Dane Ironfoots is already in play. So you've put 2 stacks, the Dol Guldur and all the Easterlings, and a Mordor stack. 2 stacks into getting your 5 points in the north, but Gondor's already at war and mustering. Lorien's at war with Galadriel and can muster. You're going to have a hard time getting your other points, and you don't even have another muster to bring in Saruman for your extra dice. Or, and you can't bring in why am I forgetting his name? The other guy. Gothmog. I definitely didn't pause the recording to go find the card. Yep. Okay. All right. So, Witch King continues to move north. I do get the reroll put on me. Makes sense. I muster. Where am I mustering? In Carrock? Yep. Okay. A guy in Carrock. No musters again. Yeah. He points out that he has no musters. So he goes ahead and puts a red tile in. Makes sense. I continue to wait out my options because Day Without Dawn is not in play. With these cards, I think drawing a card is reasonable. Nothing else here was really going to matter. I mean, I could Book of Mazarbul to move Merry into Fords of Isen. That seems hilariously unnecessary. Although, again, if it was in Tower Hills, I could have put the dwarves to war. Man, the dwarves being at war this turn would have been fantastic. Recruit like a regular in Iron Hills and a leader in Erebor, or a regular in Iron Hills and Erebor. He moves to Dale, and then like another regular in Iron Hills and a leader in Erebor. Just make that stack completely undelicious. Maybe a note for the future. That the world where I get the dwarves to war right now is better than this random hobbit in Isengard. Okay, probably got lots of game to go, so I should speed up. Dale is reinforced, and Farhad to Nirharad. Yep, standard little moves. I put dwarves manually towards war. That seems. I mean, I guess once you step onto Erebor, I can recruit in Iron Hills, but. I guess that's a next round thing because I got to get Gandalf. Yeah, I almost forgot Gandalf. Fangorn is the only thing that makes sense. So the dwarves are at war, so I get 1 muster in Iron Hills. The Southrons are not at war, which is kind of funny. So I'm not actually afraid of that army. Might mean I get to retreat into East Rune and do some shenaniganery. Seems a bit ambitious for no real reason. I draw Help Unlooked For, which theoretically could matter, and Dead Men. I don't have any intention of separating Strider at this moment. Although, honestly, if I separated a Strider and crowned Strider, Gondor could really do some fun things in Mordor. I'll probably throw Kindred or Grey Company. And he draws Monsters Roused and Grond. So, amazing draws for Shadow here. A Grond to help put down Erebor, and a Desperate Battle to play in the battle. I do, in fact, throw Grey Company and declare out from underneath the reroll. So, when I allocated, there's all his musters, and there's all my Palantirs. So, yuckums. It's about time I had a bad action dice roll, though. So, I spend the one muster to get my Elite and Erebor. I mean, I spent a will last round making this possible, so I might as well make it happen. He attacks from Erebor. I advantageous position. He only gets... shucks. Then he gets 3. Yeah. I almost get to retreat into Eastrune and be a pill, but I do nothing, and nothing happens. So... that's unfortunate. I think that was a thoroughly reasonable to expect to be able to retreat there. Funnily enough, if I retreat in Eastrune and then move to Northrune, I would move the Easterlings towards war. I don't think that's ever happened in any game I've ever heard about. But, yep. I moved the Fellowship. That's the other thing that seemed thoroughly reasonable for me to do. I'm safe. Cool. Easterlings, Southrons and Easterlings go to war, or more move towards war. I have a billion Palantirs and no cards to play, so I draw a card. S&Es are at war. I pass. Cool. I don't know why I didn't use the draw a card dice to draw a card, now that I think about that. Oh well. Now that the S&Es are at war, they can move into Dale and West Horondor. I draw despite a full hand. Yeah, what am I going to do? Play Wisdom of Elrond for Rohan and accelerate a all free peoples at war mouth? Yeah, that seems just not good. I draw there, back again, and immediately toss it. I think what I'm doing here is I'm just cycling through the character deck, which is weird because I just drew a strategy card. I guess the strategy card was in hopes of drawing something to play, but if I draw character stuff, I'm looking for blue tiles, stuff to heal, Athelas maybe. Saruman comes in. I draw a card using Galadriel's dice. It's Gwai here. And I toss Gwai here. Okay. That seems... maybe Dead Men would have been better there, but Sudden Strike is good in Lorien right now. Half-Orcs and Goblin Men is played on top of Erebor. Okay. And I flip Narya to move the Fellowship again. Yeah. If I move again now, I'll be 3 moves from Mordor, which is possible to make next round. That would put a fair amount of pressure on the Shadow. Although, am I going to do that and defend Gondor enough that Dol Amroth doesn't fall for near free? I don't know. I get the move, though. And Nazgul Search is played. So, with Smeagol in the lead, I don't get to hide using Strider's ability. That was for you, Generic Pie. And with my full hand, I draw into Scouts, and we prove the Swifter. I've already thrown Gwai here, so that seems tenuous to throw the other thing. The other get Gandalf into an emergency stronghold, especially because he is in range of Dol Amroth with We Prove the Swifter. So I would probably counsel myself to throw... I guess I could have played an Ents last round for hyper inefficiency, but just to get the card used. Maybe Ents even into There's Another Way just to heal. The one heal that it provides. Maybe. I know Golem is not the same as Smeagol being the guide, so it wouldn't give me a move, but that'd be really nice if it did, but probably too powerful. Anyway, I'm going to have to chuck some stuff. He draws into another red tile and an Orcs Multiplying. Crazy. I think about my discard. Yep, the Help Unlooked For and Dead Men. Yeah, I suppose. All right. One I allocated 4 more rolled. Yuck. And I get a billion move. So timing at least. Otherwise I'd be getting to Mordor for free. As it is, I might get to Mordor, but not easily. Yeah, he wants the military speed. Yeah. We talk about that for a bit. So I hide. Erebor is attacked. I play no card. I don't. Oh, okay. So I think I remember this. I'm looking at that and thinking, Erebor is going to fall. I only have Advantageous and Confusion. I'm going to save them for a place that might actually hold. Like Gondor. I'm not sure that's a good idea. I think you can make yourself give up on things that are not actually done. If you do that, but Desperate Battle and 4 hits incoming, 3 hits back. Okay, well, with those kind of hits, and I definitely should have reduced to regulars so I get more dice on the back. That was a mistake. He Swarm of Bats, and he gets 2 to my 2. So I'm chunking him down, and obviously at this point I'm wishing I played any cards that would make him hit himself or hit less at any point. And then I Confusion. Okay, that's fun. So if he hits himself a couple times and I hit him, I get the Witch King. Which would be super fun. He gets 1 hit on himself, which is not enough. And I get 1 hit back, so 2 on him. Yeah, I'm telling him, like, yeah, what if I killed the Witch King, and then I have a muster? I would just make an elite in Erebor and then make him come take me. With the North at war, that'd be probably game. Because I can go infinitely slow with the Fellowship at that point. So, at this point, though, now it's just move the Fellowship. Obviously, it would be fun to sortie here. I could advantageous position my own guy, which is not really a thing. I'd get 2 shots at a 5. So that's a 1/3 chance of missing. Maybe I should have taken a sortie shot at the Witch King. And 4 Nazgul. Or 3 Nazgul. Here's the thing, though. I think I overweight sorties and field battles. They're really fun. But probably just making him spend the dice to come take me is better. So I move. I'm hit. It's a 0 reveal, which is actually pretty good right now because I have the C's to spend on it. I weirdly move to being next to Daggerlad and give him the reroll on me, which is kind of, yeah, in retrospect, not the best reveal location. You're right, previous self. He misses everything on a hit on Erebor, and I get another hit back. So now I'm definitely regretting not playing all the things in the north and making him spend everything. He presses, gets his one hit, and I get one hit back. So Erebor, not even a full stack, but with gains. 8 through a stack and a half, which is obviously great. I move the Fellowship. He hits, of course, and it's a 3 reveal. Great for getting rid of Smeagol. Strider's back in the lead. I hide using the muster because Strider's back in the lead. And he says, and he said it too. He has Cruel Weather, but he can't use it because I was revealed and the turn order. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. So the Nazgul move around. He leaves one guy up in Erebor. That's a little odd. I wonder if he intended to do that. I guess he's probably going to sweep. It's just a in case I take Dale with Karok army kind of thing. Oh, man, that's terrible for him. I move again. He's obviously going to hit. And it's a 3. So at this point, I would say his military's got 5 points. Do you take the Strider here or a random? Hunt Pool's got a lot of reveals, so Strider's going to be valuable. I would say the random here, right? Yeah, random. And another reveal. That is another no reveal, so I'm not going to take. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. So in we go to round 7. Let me finish up updating all the things. He draws his Zildur's Bane and Pits of Mordor. Excellent draws for him. The Pits of Mordor is probably a desperate battle at this point, but you could put 2 more guys in Minas Morgul if you want. You have a red tile. Probably throw Orcs Multiplying again. We'll finish all the little upkeep here. I draw 3 rings for the Elven Kings. Excellent. He hasn't even spent the one I've given him, and a shield wall. I can probably throw the Fearfire Foes. The Scouts could be useful in Pelargir, but maybe I throw the Scouts. Oh, yeah, Galadriel's die goes away. Yep. Okay, so first step of Mordor, turn 7. I have 2 Elven Rings, Strider in the lead, effective corruption of what, -2? Yeah. I don't have Athelas. I do have There's Another Way. I don't have Bilbo Song or Mithril. He's got 2 red tiles in, Shelob's in hand, Battle Witch King out, and a billion reveals in the pool. That's the technical number there. So who do you think's favored here? He's got 5 points. He's got Do pretty well in hand. It would have to go pretty sideways for Karok army to actually do anything super. Like, they probably can take Dale if I can surprise him, but if I move that way, he'll just move Erebor back down. And a 6 or 7 stack in Dale with a Nazgul that can retreat to Woodland Realm and then re-attack back with a bigger army before I can muster. That feels like it's pretty safe. It's not crazy safe, but it's decent safe. You've got most of a stack sitting in West Horondor and an undefended, a standard defense of Dol Amroth showing. That said, Gondor's at war, so I can buff them up. Minas Tirith is looking hilariously, you're never going to take that. So maybe you bum rush Pelargir and Dol Amroth, hope to get through, and then get your other 2 in Helm's Deep. Can you do that in the 2.5 rounds that it takes me to dunk on average? I mean, you have red tiles. There's no blue tiles. So anyway, let's keep chunging. Yep, 1 eye allocated, 1 eye rolled, a muster to get your mouth, 2 wills rolled and some musters. So actually, I'm pretty happy with that roll. I'm going to take my move first, and it's an eye, so a 2 reveal. I go for the random, obviously, here, and I get Gimli. Like, come on. Strider continues to be in the lead, and I have a Palantir I don't really need for anything else, although 3 rings for Elven Kings would be kind of fun to steal it from him. So, yeah. Excellent draw. Shelob goes in. That's a problem. I hide with the Palantir. He Day Without Dawn's my one will. That's probably correct. You just got to slow me down, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I pass. Okay, he reinforces Orthanc. Yeah, showing where he thinks he kind of agrees that Helm's Deep's probably his other two moves. Yeah, he says, but I'm out of time. Yeah. I dual move to Westamnet and to Old Forest Road. Yeah, I wonder if I should even, rather than, well, yeah, I like the Old Forest Road move because it might force movement out of him later, as opposed to the other thought I'm considering is moving the Osgiliath guys to Pelargir, since Helm's Deep is pretty buff. The extra 2 guys holding the line maybe doesn't do much, and they can do a fighting withdrawal to Dol Amroth. But I like the Old Forest Road move there. Fords is attacked. Interesting. Okay. No card for him. All obviously scouts here, so that's good for me. And so, yeah, I can either spend a ring to move again, spend a ring to, like, retake Dale or attempt to retake Dale, although that's a bit iffy. Reinforce Pelargir, or I can reinforce Helm's Deep. I can have a pretty well-defended Helm's Deep against an army that's probably not going to take it. Or I can get Elrond and have a Keeper Dice next round. Yeah. I end up putting Galadriel in because I'm thinking I'm high enough on, I have enough corruption saved up, so to speak, that Elrond's double move is more important than canceling an eye. That seems a little odd, but that's what I do. So I get the double move there, and I put one of the Osgiliath guys in Pelargir. Okay. Fine, I guess. Mouth comes in, and Pelargir is attacked. No card. He gets 1, I get 2, and I retreat to Lamedon to do a fighting withdrawal. So that's actually pretty good for me, because that army is minimal for taking Dol Amroth, and I'll definitely get at least 1 muster in. Tight game. I'm not as far up the mountain as I wish I was. I'm still hidden, which is nice. So I have 4 moves to make against this hunt pool in probably 2 rounds, maybe a bit more. I do have 1 Ent, Worn with Sorrow and Toil. Shadows Gather. Now that's a great draw for him because he can Minas Morgul straight onto Pelargir. I get a blue tile. Smeagol helps Nice Master and Celeborn's. The Daylight's actually probably going to be stronger here than Lorien Reinforcement. Lorien's not having any issues today. What do you throw here? The Ents? Maybe? That seems... Wow. Because Gandalf might need to jump to Dol Amroth for a last-ditch defense here with the We Prove the Swifter. Oof. That's a tough discard. Okay, the Advantageous. That kind of makes sense. We're chugging along here, but probably a little bit left, so we'll keep going. 1 I allocated, another 1 rolled. 2 moves, and my will is safe, so that's nice. And I've got musters. 3 of the red tiles are in, so I actually feel fairly safe mustering first. The likelihood that another red tile is going in is fairly low. He musters in Minas Morgul, which at the time I was thinking, oh, he's going to swing on Minas Tirith. But now that I see his Shadows Gather, that's probably not what he's thinking. I have a muster and time, so I'm going to get Elrond in, prep to use his ability. He musters in Minas Morgul again. You've got these bear musters that you need to do something with. Makes sense. I move, and it's Shelob. Ugh. It's a Shelob 6. Ow. So, that's bad. I went from effective corruption 0 to effective corruption 6 and no more Strider. Gollum comes in, so there is another way. Oof. 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 Ow. Reinforcements in Orthanc. Okay. I changed the will to a C specifically because then I keep the dice by spending Elrond. Yep. Okay. It's a 1 flat. He uses the redraw to get the red eye. For a 3 reveal. Ow. So, at the beginning of this round, I felt pretty good. 2 moves later. Ow. Very ow. Shadows Gather and that's a very, very game-endingly big army in Pelargir. Okay. And he does move north. He reinforces Dale to make sure I don't do any stupid stuff, and he moves north. That, I guess you're just thinking, go where reinforcements can reach you more easily. I don't know. I feel like a move towards Dol Amroth is stronger there, but what do I know? I put an elite in Minas Tirith, and maybe he was doing this all along, just making me spend the 1 muster, and he moves back down. He reinforces 2 places. Okay. So he's just making sure no military shenaniganery. Lamedon's attacked. No card. He cycles. Kills both of them. Gets dreadful spells. I Ents just to get it out of hand. I don't hit anything. And then I 3 rings for Elven Kings. So I'm trying to yank those before he can use them. I just get 1, so I choose to get Gladriels, which is interesting since I spent so much time getting Elrond, or since I previously chose to keep Elrond's. I guess I'm just thinking, okay, at this point I need to be careful with my corruption, so canceling an eye. And honestly, everything in this, the red's obviously terrible and the 3 is bad. Everything else is fantastic. So 5 of the 11 tiles are fantastic, and if I have an eye cancel in Galadriel, I might actually be able to make some serious progress here. And I have There's Another Way and a blue tile to throw in. So nothing, maybe we got some time here. DA is put under. So that's bad. He draws Denethor's, which is mildly funny that he's not hitting Minas Tirith, and Captain of Despair, which is a bit late. I get Horn of Gondor, which is useless, and Every Little Is a Gain, which is a bit late. Shield Wall's nice. He throws Captain of Despair, yeah. Although, honestly, wouldn't that work pretty well on DA? I guess I think you sack all your rerolls. I'm not as familiar with the Lord's cards. It's almost... Maybe I should compete in my quiz show on the cards. Fellowship, quote unquote, okay. 1 eye allocated, 1 eye rolled. All the movement you could ever want. So maybe if only I was 4 less corruption and 2 steps farther. Yeah, that'd be a winning condition right there. Okay, so we prove the Swifter to get Gandalf into an emergency DA. He dreadful spells for 1, so it's a hit. I hide. Okay. The Oliphant Factory gets kicked into gear. He doesn't have Corsairs, but he's threatening it. Smeagol helps Nice Master. I'm not. I mean, I guess I'm just saying I am so high on corruption. I have got to mitigate it somehow, but that feels too slow to me. But he starts manually walking everyone everywhere. The Orthanc is emptied, and that starts to look like an army that could take Helm's Deep, although sometimes it just can't. There's another way, so I get a move, and it's the third red tile in a row. Ugh. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That's painful. Helm's Deep is attacked. Yep. Put under siege. I move towards a military victory, maybe, question mark. Orcs multiplying again and just stop that. Okay. Reinforcements go all the places. Was that 3 moves? Oh, he just left a guy behind. Okay. Yep. He attacks the Lamroth. I shine the daylight into a desperate battle is kind of nice. So he still has rerolls from the mouth, though. So he gets 2. I get 2 back. Or 3 back. Yeah. Okay. Press and draw. Yeah, you got the reinforcements you draw into Corsairs. Why not? You just use it as the Deadly Strife. I shield wall, which theoretically could mean something, except it absolutely does not. And Gandalf dies, sadly. I attack Pell from Osgiliath. I don't know what I'm going for there. I mean, I hit and I wipe it. So I knock a point back off. That's actually going to be fairly hard for him to retake. But muster for him. All right. I lose the Gandalf dice. So on the bright side, I can't lose it. Elrond's die now, right? But a new power is rising is drawn. I get a blue tile and no quarter. So 1 eye allocated, 1 eye rolled. I say sobs quietly. That's about right. I hide. Oliphants keep doing their thing. I move. I get Smeagol helps Nice Master. So 8 corruption, 3 moves to go against that pool, and only 1 more red could possibly exist. I have an Elven Ring to do another move yet. Honestly, not bad. He plays the wrong card and just moves the Nazgul. I draw a card. It's Path of the Woses. The Sudden Strike, theoretically is a bonus hit here. He puts Rohan to war. I no quarter into a Devilry. 2 hits from him. 3 from me because of no quarter. Okay. Decent. Press into Cruella's Death versus Sudden Strike. The Sudden Strike misses. Cruella's Death does its thing, and 3 more hits. 1 back means this is going downhill fast. No card, and he wipes me. So, not game yet, because I retook Pelargir. So, yay that. I make a guy in Edoras, because otherwise Edoras is his final point. He moves. But unfortunately, and then he power 2 greats. Okay, sure. He moves 2 armies. To make sure he has a stack that can absolutely take Edoras. And there was really nothing I could do. He attacks Edoras. A relentless assault to just wipe me as fast as possible. And that's GG. So, 3 red tiles in a row. Shelob 6. Obviously, if I was 3 moves farther along, I'd be winning. 3 moves farther along, he'd have played Isildur's for its effect, not in battle, so, who knows. But, yeah, that was the game. I it was a good game, lots of swings of luck. His early game went quite poorly, and my late game went quite poorly. I think I made several very wacky moves in the early game, but a good game overall. And of all the people to lose to, Jorrick was an excellent opponent. I loved playing games with him. I look forward to future ones, and it was a good game overall. So hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see how long it is before the next one. I've still got some life stuff that means I won't be posting quite as often as I used to be, but and I'm still working on some Do You Know War of the Ring. Got some exciting alternate formats there coming for you. So we'll see. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next one.